10 years ago, I discovered a game called Mugen, which was a fighting game that allowed for anyone to make their own characters and face off against other characters. There were no limits. You could play as traditional fighters like Ryu or Kyo from King of Fighters, or non-traditional fighters like Pac-Man and Ronald McDonald. After doing some digging, I found someone had made a very good version of Goku called Goku Z2. The character played a lot like a Street Fighter character from the button layout to its mechanics, and the sprite work was impressive given that it was custom made. After some more digging, I found out that Goku was part of a series of characters for a project called Hyper Dragon Ball Z. At the time, the most impressive thing about the project were the characters, of which there were only 5: Goku, Vegeta, Super Saiyan Goku, Frieza, and Mr. Satan. Mr. Satan was the joke of the group. His attacks didn't do as much damage as the other characters and was effectively there for a laugh. The build that contained these characters used the original Mugen Screen Pack, the first version of Mugen ever released back in the late 90s. As time went on though, things started to change. I remember following the game extensively, anticipating the release of future characters and a possible new build of the game. Then, around Christmas of 2015, my prayers were answered. The new Hyper Dragon Ball Z Champ build released with a new look that embraced the Dragon Ball aesthetic. It came with new characters like Gohan and Majin Vegeta, as well as Babidi for anybody who wanted to play a non-Shoto character. They even updated Mr. Satan to be more of a serious fighter. Serious in terms of his gameplay, not in terms of his personality. The game was finally starting to feel like a real game made by developers who had absolute love and adoration for the Dragon Ball franchise. Fluid animations and ton of unique intros showed how much attention and detail was given to this project. Even the stages were amazing, from fighting in space in front of Lord Beerus and Whis, to fighting on King Kai's planet, to... Is that fucking Evo? As time went on, more updates came along and even better builds followed. Characters like Piccolo, Tenshinhan, Krillin, Android 18, Majin Buu, and Jiren all became playable as the years went on, and the fanbase still thrives with more updates on the way. As mentioned before, the game feels like classic Street Fighter with a Toriyama twist. The layout is the same, with 2 light attacks, 2 mediums, and 2 heavies. It also includes 2 mechanics from 2 different entries in the Street Fighter franchise. First, we have the Alpha counter, called the Zeto counter here, which involves the character blocking an attack before pressing forward, plus 2 punches or 2 kicks in order to counter the opponent's attack. The second mechanic is the focus attack. This involves holding both heavy punch and heavy kick. The character glows yellow as you charge the move before hitting the opponent, sending them to the wall and stunning them temporarily. In Street Fighter 4, you were also able to cancel the focus attack charge into a dash, which was used prominently to extend combos. This, sadly, is not available in the game. Something unique about this game is its power mode function, formerly called hero mode. Holding both medium buttons allows for your character to charge up their EX bar, and when that bar reaches level 3, pressing down and both medium buttons activates hero mode, which acts differently per character. Goku's power mode allows him to charge up the Spirit Bomb and has a max level of 3. Pressing down in both mediums again drops the Spirit Bomb. Depending on how much you've charged Goku's new power bar seen below, a different finishing move is often applied to one of Goku's supers that Kaioken Assault. I really like Satan's champ mode as well. Upon activation, Satan's fans arrive to the scene, and when you charge his special meter, his fans increase, building up to more hype. And while most characters play similar to the Shoto archetype in fighting games, there are certain gameplay differences between them that help make them stand out. Goku's light fireball heads straight for the opponent, which is the standard fireball move for Shotos. However, for his medium and heavy fireballs, he literally throws the fireball like a bad habit, which is literally fun. He also has a fun move with quarter circle forward plus kick, which sends Goku into the air. You can then either press kick for an upwards kick, or punch for standard Goku activities. Everything in the game is top notch, from the graphics to the voice acting and to the music. If I only had one complaint, the AI on arcade mode is too hard, even when set to the normal difficulty. Apart from that, this is a wonderful game. Credit for the game goes to a lot of people, all of whom responsible with fine-tuning this game to its best. I want to give a personal shout out to user Wizzy Whippet Wonderful and DeMarcus for the awesome tunes, Balthazar and Ice, the directors of the project, and the voice actors for the wonderful interpretation of these iconic characters. It took a lot of hard work and patience in order to get this game to the state that it's in, and I, among many others, am very happy with the result. It's been over 10 years since this project debuted on the internet, and it's one of the most impressive Mugen builds and one of the most astounding fan games ever made, even catching the eye of prominent members of the FGC. The project shows no signs of slowing down, with more characters and features on the way, and I can't wait for more. With that being said, I'm Jay Samra, goodbye, sayonara, alvida, peace.